There you go, Teddy, out on the town here. We'll get right into it here on That Betting Show. Hot topics, as we always like to hit yesterday, and certainly mix in some gambling information inside of those. No letdown last night, Teddy, for UVA or Duke, despite that big Titanic battle, which came spread-wise right down to the final jumper on Saturday, where Duke prevailed at home over Virginia. Virginia goes back home, opens up a huge lead in an easy victory. Duke goes on the road, cruises to victory as well. Both get the win and covers on the road. The sign of a great team, Teddy, being able to rebound, get off the schneid, and get that win and cover.
All that being said, Duke's opponent and Virginia's opponent last night were very beatable. Neither one played a good game. And we're talking about two of the very best basketball teams in all of college hoops, as we really saw in the showdown on Saturday. That was, lived up to all expectations, worthy of the hype. The fact that they were able to bounce back and get point spread covers, we'll give the coaching staff credit on both sides for that one. Getting your team to refocus off a huge game is something good coaches are able to do. Bennett and Coach K got the job done in that regard for their backers last night.
Yeah, how about that, Teddy? UVA closing around minus 21.5. They jump out to that 25-3 lead. Looks like you're going to coast in. And look at that final score, how it comes right under the microscope. 68-45. Same thing, Duke, minus 13.5 on the road. Looked to be really easy, not really, out of the realm of, look, Duke's in trouble in this game. But you see the final closing score there, 79-64. That's why gambling's great. It's not always about winning that game. It's about whether you can cover the spread. Both of those get the wins and cover. Teddy, let's flip it over a little bit to some NFL news. And my, oh my, how one play can change the course of your coaching career, of your head coaching career, of your team or your organization winning championships here. A lined up all sides D4. Now, look, was it the end-all be-all in the game? Me and Teddy covered that yesterday. No, it wasn't. But if he stays on side, Bob Sutton moves on with his career. Andy Reid gets to another Super Bowl with a chance to right many wrongs out there. It's amazing, Teddy, when you look at some of the career-changing plays that can happen in just an instant here.
Sure. And, my old friend Dave Malinsky, rest his soul. Many of you, of course, are familiar with what Dave has done over the years at Sportsbook Review. But his whole thing was the play's the thing, a take on the Shakespeare, where one play can literally affect the trajectories of teams, of franchises, of players indefinitely. You're right. One offsides call is the difference between Bob Sutton being a Super Bowl defensive coordinator and Bob Sutton looking for work on Monday morning. Now, did Bob Sutton instruct D4 to jump offsides or line up offsides or take it? I don't even know. I don't want to talk about this Patriots left tackle not being on the line of scrimmage in that game because that'll get me on a diatribe, which we don't want to do. But the bottom line is, Sutton's defense didn't play well all year. The numbers declined each of the last two seasons fairly precipitously. And, Kansas City had 3 games this year where they scored, 40 and didn't win. They gave up 524 yards and 13 of 19 conversions on third down. Some of that's Tom Brady being great. But the bottom line is Bob Sutton takes the fall. That's what happens in this world. Somebody takes the fall when you lose. Somebody gets the blame. Sutton, the guy who got it. And frankly, he probably deserves some of it in this instance. The Chiefs' defense, in my mind, underachieved in many ways this season compared to their talent level.
Yep, good old friend Steve Spagnuolo, who we've known for a long time in Philadelphia, certainly a defensive coordinator with the Giants, was also head coach of the Rams, in line as the favorite to get that job. Andy Reid reaching back into his bag of trips. Folks, this is That Betting Show, and if you haven't done so yet, give us a follow at SBR Sports Picks on Twitter. Also on the YouTube channel, every day we say, get that notification every time That Betting Show goes into production.